Money, a simple word that governs our world. It shapes our dreams, controls our fears, and influences every decision we make. But what if I told you that most people have a fundamentally flawed understanding of money? That the way you think about money, your beliefs, your habits, your mindset, is the single biggest factor separating the wealthy from everyone else. The rich don't just have more money. They have a different relationship with it, one built on principles, strategies, and psychology that most never learn. Today, I invite you to step beyond the surface, beyond paychecks and bank statements, and explore the mental world of wealth. Because the most powerful empire you can build is not outside. It's within your mind. The Power of Perception, Part 2. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract money effortlessly? They don't just work hard, they work smart. They make money their servant, not their master. This isn't magic. It's a mindset, a framework for thinking that changes everything. Take a moment and think. How do you view money? Is it something to chase, something to fear, or something to create? Studies in behavioral economics show that our financial decisions are deeply rooted in psychology. The beliefs we hold about money shape our habits, which shape our results. For example, people who grow up hearing money doesn't grow on trees often develop scarcity mindsets. They hold tight to money, fearing loss and avoiding risks. Meanwhile, others who hear money is a tool for freedom are more likely to take calculated risks and invest. This difference in mindset can mean the gap between financial struggle and wealth. The mindset divide, poor versus rich thinking. Narrator tone, thoughtful, deliberate. The difference between how poor and rich people think about money isn't just about how much they have. It's about how they see and use money. Let's explore this divide with real clarity. The poor mindset. For many, money is a source of stress. It's something to be feared, hoarded, or spent quickly. When a paycheck arrives, it's immediately consumed. Bills, food, rent, debts, saving, investing. Those feel like luxuries reserved for someone else. Why? Because the poor mindset sees money as scarce and limited. There's a constant fear of losing what little they have. They believe that wealth is for the lucky or the privileged. This mindset often leads to living paycheck to paycheck, with little room for growth or opportunity. It's a cycle. Scarcity breeds scarcity. The rich mindset. Now, contrast this with the rich mindset. For the wealthy, money is a tool to create more money, more freedom, and more impact. They understand that money is energy in motion, not a static asset to guard. It's not about how much you make, but how you manage, invest, and multiply it. For example, rather than buying a flashy car with cash, a wealthy person asks, how else can I use this money to generate income or build assets? They focus on building systems like investments, businesses, or intellectual property that work for them 24/7. Real example, Warren Buffett's philosophy. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on earth, started with little. He didn't spend his money chasing status or luxury. Instead, he invested in companies, educated himself relentlessly, and understood compounding, the secret weapon of wealth. Buffett once said, Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. This isn't just about safety, it's about discipline and mindset. He doesn't gamble, he invests with patience and knowledge. The psychology of money, why we think the way we do. Why is money so emotional? Why do so many people feel stress, shame, or guilt about it? The answer lies deep in our brains, in how we are wired to perceive risk and reward. The brain's role in financial decisions. The human brain evolved in an environment where resources were scarce. Risk meant survival or death. Fast forward to today, our emotional brain still reacts strongly to financial stress. This fight-or-flight response can cause poor decisions, panic selling investments, impulsive spending, or avoiding financial planning altogether. Overcoming emotional bias. Rich people learn to master their emotions. They develop mental habits that allow them to see beyond immediate fear and focus on long-term gain. For instance, when the stock market drops, the average investor panics and sells. The wealthy see it as an opportunity to buy assets at a discount. This ability to control emotional impulses is a key differentiator. Real example, Ray Dalio's principles. Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, credits much of his success to understanding his own psychology. He says, "The biggest mistake investors make is emotional decision-making." Dalio uses principles and systems to remove emotion from investing decisions, sticking to his long-term strategy even in volatile markets. The consequences of wrong thinking. Thinking about money wrongly doesn't just hurt your bank account, it hurts your life. Poor financial thinking leads to chronic stress and anxiety, strained relationships, missed opportunities, a sense of helplessness and victimhood. When money is a source of fear, it controls you. The poverty trap. One of the harshest realities is the poverty trap, a cycle where lack of resources leads to bad decisions, which lead to fewer resources, and so on. For example, people living paycheck to paycheck may rely on high-interest loans to cover emergencies, plunging deeper into debt. Personal story. The cost of scarcity mindset. Imagine a single mother struggling to pay rent. She gets an unexpected medical bill. With no savings, she borrows at high interest. Her stress mounts, affecting her health and work. Her mindset tells her wealth is out of reach. This story is not rare. It's a reflection of how mindset and circumstance trap many in a loop of financial pain. Building a rich mindset. Practical steps. The good news? You can change your money mindset. Starting today, here are 6 powerful steps backed by psychology and finance experts. Awareness. Start tracking your spending and feelings about money. Journaling can help uncover hidden beliefs and habits. Education. Read books, watch videos, and learn from mentors who understand wealth. Knowledge is the foundation of confidence. Goal setting. Define clear financial goals, both short and long term. Goals turn dreams into plans. Budgeting. Create a budget that aligns spending with your goals. Control leads to freedom. Investing. Even small amounts invested consistently grow over time. Understand basic investment principles to grow your money. Mindset work. Practice daily affirmations, visualization, and gratitude to rewire your brain for abundance. Real example, the power of compound interest. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Investing just $200 a month at an 8% annual return can grow to over $300,000 in 30 years. The rich think decades ahead, planting seeds that bloom long after they've started. The role of discipline and patience. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Rich people practice delayed gratification daily. They say no to instant pleasures that hurt their future. They commit to routines, habits, and systems that grow wealth over time. Example, the marathon of wealth. Building wealth is not a sprint. It's a marathon, with ups, downs, and moments that test your resolve. Consider the story of Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. She faced multiple rejections before her product became a global success. Her discipline to keep pushing, learning, and investing in herself paid off. The inner empire, your personal wealth journey. Your true wealth lies inside. By mastering your thoughts, emotions, and habits about money, you begin to build your inner empire, a foundation of power, freedom, and purpose. Wealth is not just numbers. It's confidence, control, and courage. The transformation begins. The way you think about money shapes the life you live. Change your thinking. Change your reality. You don't need luck. You need the right mindset. One of the most critical differences between the wealthy and others is financial education. Not just formal schooling, but real-world, applied money knowledge. Most traditional education systems fail to teach how money works, how to budget, invest, save, or build wealth. This lack creates a vast knowledge gap. The rich take ownership of their learning. They read books like The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and Thinking, Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. They attend seminars, watch tutorials, and seek mentors who have already walked the path. This continuous education arms them against common pitfalls, like debt traps, scams, or bad investments. Without knowledge, even a high income can be lost quickly. Story: The Millionaire Next Door. The book The Millionaire Next Door revealed a startling fact. Most millionaires don't look wealthy. They live below their means, avoid flashy spending, and prioritize saving and investing. This disciplined behavior comes from education and mindset, not income alone. How to master money management. Money management is the foundation of wealth. It's more than just tracking dollars. It's mastering the flow of money through your life. Budgeting with purpose. Create a budget that reflects your goals. Assign every dollar a job, whether spending, saving, or investing. Emergency fund. Build a safety net covering 3 to 6 months of expenses. This fund prevents emergencies from becoming disasters. Debt management. Understand good debt versus bad debt. Avoid high-interest debt like payday loans or credit cards. Smart investing. Start with what you understand. Diversify your portfolio. Think long-term, not quick wins. Analysis. Why many fail at budgeting. Many give up budgeting because it feels restrictive or boring. Rich Mindset reframes budgeting as empowerment, a way to control money instead of being controlled by it. Entrepreneurship and risk. Entrepreneurship is a common path to wealth because it combines value creation and leverage. But entrepreneurship comes with risk, and how you manage risk determines success. Rich entrepreneurs don't avoid risk, they manage and mitigate it. They test ideas cheaply, learn from feedback, and pivot quickly. Story: Sarah Blakely's journey. Sarah Blakely started Spanx with $5,000 and no experience. She tested prototypes, cold-called buyers, and kept learning despite rejection. Her discipline, risk management, and mindset turned her into a billionaire. Money, gratitude, and abundance. Gratitude is often overlooked in wealth creation. Rich people practice gratitude daily, appreciating what they have while striving for more. Gratitude rewires the brain toward abundance, reducing scarcity mindset. Exercise, daily gratitude practice. Start each day listing 3 things you're grateful for. Notice how this shifts your mindset and attracts positive opportunities. The role of discipline in financial success. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. It's the repeated no to distractions and the consistent yes to habits that matter. Financial discipline means sticking to your budget, avoiding impulsive purchases, investing regularly, continuing education. Example: Dave Ramsey's baby steps. Financial expert Dave Ramsey teaches a step-by-step approach to discipline. Save $1,000 emergency fund. Pay off all debt using the debt snowball. Build 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. Invest 15% of income for retirement. Save for kids' education. Pay off your home early. Build wealth and give generously. This system shows how discipline builds security and freedom. The power of networking and mentorship. Rich people don't go it alone. They build networks of mentors, peers, and advisors. These relationships provide guidance, accountability, and opportunities. Story: Richard Branson's mentors. Richard Branson often credits his early mentors for teaching him how to think big, manage risk, and build business systems. Surrounding yourself with wise, ambitious people accelerates your growth. Mindset shifts to embrace now. Before we close, let's recap key mindset shifts you can start now. Replace "I can't afford it" with "How can I afford it?" See money as energy, not a limit. Value patience over instant gratification. Embrace failure as a lesson. Commit to lifelong financial education. Build multiple streams of income. Practice gratitude daily. Surround yourself with the right people. Final challenge: your inner empire awaits. Start today. Rewrite your money story. Build your habits. Expand your knowledge. Take control. Your thoughts create your wealth. This is Inner Empire, where mindset creates destiny.